Good day everyone. We are going to have a review for college exam in statistics and probability from Analyze Math. Number 1. The blank of the sample means is also called the sampling distribution of the sample means. A. Probability distribution, B. Parameter, C. Statistics, or letter D. Central limit. And the answer is letter A, the probability distribution. Number 2. The formula for Z is Z is equal to X minus mu over sigma. Find the value of Z given that X is equal to 670, sigma is 35, and mu is 660. Letter A, 0.29. Letter B, 0.38, letter C, 0.92, or letter D, 0.83. Now here is the solution. Z is equal to X minus mu over the sigma. So we all know that X is 670 and the sigma is 35 and mu is 660. So 670 minus 660 over 35. So that is 10 over 35. So that is 0.29. So the answer is letter A, 0.29. Number 3. Descriptive measures computed from a population are called A. Probability distribution, B. Parameter, C. Statistics, or letter D. Sampling distribution. The answer is letter B. Parameter. Number 4. Descriptive measures computed from a sample. A. Probability distribution, B. Parameter, letter C. Statistics, or letter D. Sampling distribution. The answer is letter C. Statistics. Number 5. The standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the sample means is also known as blank of the mean. A. Standard correct, B. Standard correction, letter C. Standard error, or letter D. None of the above. And the answer is letter C. Standard error. Number 6. In the numbers 500, 498, 497, 503, 499, 497, 497, 497, 497, 495. What is the mean? A. 497, letter B. 498, letter C. 499, or letter D. 500. So in this process, you are going to add these numbers divided by 10. So the answer is letter B, 498. Number 7. The arithmetic average computed is also known as A. Standard deviation, B. Variance, C. Estimation, or letter D. None of the above. And the answer is letter D. None of the above. because the arithmetic average is known as mean. Number 8. This population is countable. A. Interval. B. Point. C. Infinite. Or letter D. Finite. And the answer is letter D. Finite. Number 9. A blank estimate is a specific numerical value of a population parameter. A. Interval. B. Point. C. Infinite. Or letter D. Finite. And the answer is letter B. Point. Number 10. What is this bias? Letter A. Positive bias. B. Negative bias. Or letter C. Unbiased. As you have noticed, the graph is inclining to the left. So this is letter B. Negative bias. Number 11. What is this bias? A. Positive bias. B. Negative bias. Or C. Unbiased. The answer is letter C. Unbiased. Number 12. What is this bias? Letter A. Positive bias. B. Negative bias. Or letter C. Unbiased. And the answer is letter A. Positive bias, since the graph is inclining to the right. Number 13. As the sample size n increases, the shape of the distribution of the sample means taken with replacement from a population with mean mu and standard deviation sigma will approach a normal distribution. Letter A. Bayes theorem. Letter B. Central limit theorem. Letter C. Z distribution. Or letter D. T distribution. And the answer is letter B. Z distribution. Number 14. The blank are the number of values that are free to vary after a sample statistic has been computed, and they tell us the specific curve to use when a distribution consists of a family of curves. A. Degrees of freedom. B. T distribution. C. Z distribution. Or letter D. Parameter. And the answer is letter A. Degrees of freedom. Number 15. He formulated T distribution in 1908. A. Florence Nightingale. B. Carl Pearson. C. Ronald Fisher. Or letter D. William Gossett. And the answer is letter D. William Gossett. Number 16. If n is equal to 21, find the degrees of freedom. A. 18. B. 19. C. 20. Or letter D. 21. So the degrees of freedom is n minus 1. So 21 minus 1 is 20. So therefore, the answer is letter C, 20. Number 17. The average time it takes a group of college students to complete a certain examination is 46.2 minutes. The standard deviation is 8 minutes. If 50 randomly selected college students take the examination, what is the probability that the mean time it takes the group to complete the test will be less than 43 minutes? What is the population mean mu? A 46.2, B 8, C 43, or letter D 50? And the answer is letter A 46.2. Number 18. This is the same problem. Now the question is, what is the population standard deviation? A 46.2, B 8, C 43, or letter D 50? And the answer is letter B 8. Number 19. The same problem again, but what is the formula that should be used in the problem? A. Z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. Letter B. Z is equal to x minus mu over sigma over square root of n. Or letter C. None of the above. So the answer is letter B. Number 20. Same problem again, but what is the computed Z? A. Negative 2.38, B. Negative 2.83, letter C. Negative 2.88, or letter D. Negative 2.56. Now here is the process. So we all know that what we will use is z is equal to x minus mu over sigma over square root of n. So that is 43 minus 46.2 over 8 over square root of 50. So if we compute this one, we will get negative 2.83. So therefore the answer is letter B, negative 2.83. Number 21. What is the probability that it takes the group to complete the test in less than 43 minutes? So that problem that we have posted in number 20. So what is the probability? So we all know that the probability is z is less than negative 2.83 because it is less than 43 minutes. So that is 0.5 minus 4977 as you have search it on the table of areas under the normal curve. So the answer is 0.0023 or 0.23%. That is the letter D. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the review. I hope you have learned something to the review. Goodbye.